Happy Saturday, everybody. This is Auntie. And yes, I am here with this report, child, that just came out about Justine's mom. Oh my God. If you are not familiar with Justine, Justine is on Love After Lockup, has been on Love After Lockup probably about 100 years. But anyway, honey, we have seen her mother, okay? Miss Sherry McCaffrey on Love After Lockup. She is also on Love After Lockup this season, which is still season 6. I don't know why it's still season 6, but it is. But honey, let's talk about her mom and some things that she is currently being faced with. According to records, Justine's mom was arrested and deemed in immediate danger to the public. And so we're going to talk about that real quick. Downtown to Auntie's advice. Are y'all ready to get into this? I think we should. Let's go. A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie's advice. It's time for Auntie's advice. It's time for Auntie's advice. Welcome back, everybody. This is Auntie, and if this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. To all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. So I've been out this morning, child, with my Saturday wig on. Okay, my Saturday go to the store with. I done walked the door. We done had a great time. And I am back with this information, y'all, that has hit the street. I at first saw it on Lord Lumpkin's Instagram page, and I was like, what is he talking about? And so after I saw it on there, I was like, okay, let me do a little deeper dive on it. So, of course, I went to my bestie, ChatGPT, to find out what is going on. And we're going to be talking about that information. We're going to be sharing just a little bit about what is going on downtown with her. Okay. So just 1 second. I want to, I think I have it up. Just 1 second, y'all. I think I got it. I got to find it. So I found it. Okay. So let me bring it up. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Beverly, for the 1999 super chat. Glad to be back on a live with you. Love you, beautiful. Love you too, boo boo. Love you too. Hey, everybody. Hello there, Miss Callie. Thanks for coming in. Oh my God, y'all. Let me bring this up. I'm gonna share the screen, and we're gonna read some of the information that happened with her. Let me share the screen and make sure I share it with the right one. So we're going to go here. Yep, this is where we're going. So, according to let's see, the golocalprov.com news, Rhode Island nurse suspended. RIDOH finds she poses immediate danger to the public. This was published on Friday, July the 18th, and I think a lot of us missed it. The Rhode Island Department of Health has suspended the license of a Rhode Island nurse. Sherry McCaffrey is licensed as a registered nurse pursuant to Rhode Island general laws. Their license is currently active. Complaint ID recently came before the Rhode Island Department of Health, Division of Health Quality and Safety Center for Professional Boards and Licensing. They said it's engaging in unprofessional conduct by being under the influence of alcohol and impaired during a shift at a nursing home. According to the RIDOH findings on June 26th of 2005, the McCarthy was working at a nursing facility as an agency nurse on a 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. shift. During this shift, her colleagues noted that she had been taking extended breaks in her vehicle and was difficult to find on the assigned unit. Okay, let me make sure that I say this. She is innocent until she is proven guilty in the court of law. Okay, she is innocent until she is proven guilty in the court of law. Okay, so let me make sure I say that. And now it looks like you all can't see it. So let me see if I can blow this up just a little smidget more for y'all. Let me blow this up. Okay, hopefully you all can see it better. Okay, so on June 26th, 2025, she did not complete numerous responsibilities for patients, including the administration of medication and the documentation of treatments. As the shift progressed, McCaffrey began slurring their words and smelled of alcohol upon return from their break in her car. The respondent was relieved of her nursing duties due to suspected intoxication and escorted out the building through the front door. Okay. The respondent left the premises driving her own car. Now, what they should have done when I saw that, right? I was like, why wouldn't they stop her from driving her car? If they suspected that she was drunk, right? She should not have been driving her car. That's my opinion. Okay. That's just my opinion. At approximately 9:38 p.m., she was pulled over by the Gloucester police after police noticed that the respondent was driving at a low rate of speed and crossing over the fog line and the double yellow lines. Child, no, she was not. The double yellow lines means that she was coming against incoming traffic. McCaffrey displayed slurred speech and mildly bloodshot eyes. A faint smell of alcohol was emitting from her breath. Respondent had multiple open containers of. I know you freaking lying. She was pulled over and had multiple open containers of alcohol in her vehicle, allegedly, as well as an unopened bottle of wine in the front seat. The police officers performed a standard field sobriety test and opined that the respondent was unfit to operate a motor vehicle in a safe manner. The respondent was placed under arrest for suspicion of DUI and received a summons for refusal to submit to a chemical test, a land roadway violation, and operating below minimum speed. She was cited by RIDOH on 7 counts related to this incident and in violation of her license. McCaffrey is scheduled for a hearing in on July 21 of 2025. I know you lying. Craig, I know you lying. What in the world was she thinking? She should have called in for the day. Like for real. She should have just like called out and been like, I ain't coming in today. I ain't feeling well. But maybe this is something that she practices, right? Because a lot of times when people have alcohol problems, it don't make a difference what time of the day, and they always think that they can manage it. This, if these allegations are true, right, and she is found guilty by a jury of her peers, or however she's going to appear, she needs to go into a rehab center. You got bottles in your car, allegedly. Oh my goodness. So anyway, we're going to further go on with this situation, and we're going to look at the court documents from the Rhode Island Department of Health. This is public record, and it is coming from the Department of Health, Division of Healthcare Quality and Safety, Center for Professional Boards and Licensing, in the matter of Sherry McCaffrey, license number. They show her license number and a complaint number. And they are giving us a summary of her nursing license and a hearing notice with specific charges. Okay. Um, Jesus Christ. Let's look at the document. Shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. This is scary for the patient she was to care for. Absolutely. Thank you, Barbie. This is my Saturday. Run out to the store real quick. Maggie says, this is sad. It absolutely is. Jasmine says that day was too much to ignore. What day, Jasmine? Oh, okay. I don't know if you thought that. I don't know if you're saying that was a special day for her. Is that a day that we should be remembering or something? Or are you just saying that, that just was a lot on that particular thing? Okay. Thank you. Hey there, Pam. So let me show you all the documents from the Rhode Island. Let me share the screen. And this is coming from Data Health. So let's get back there, Auntie. Share screen. Summary of suspension. So, let me blow this up just a little bit. Again, this is public record. Okay, so I blew it up too big. Hold on, let me take it down a little bit. Okay, so as you all can see, there is, let me move Michael and them all for them. I just wanted to give you all a point of reference on who we're talking about. And that's Justine's mom. So let's go back to StreamYard. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Hey Val, she says this is a sad mess. Yes, it is. Megan said absolutely the truth. Now I don't know why I'm going down. Maybe because the rain is coming. Okay. Oh, Jasmine says she was too drunk. Okay. The day she got escorted out was too much alcohol to ignore. Ms. T says, guess she's not a nurse anymore. So let's read through some of this, okay? This is a summary again, as I mentioned you all, a summary of the nursing license and hearing notice specification for Sherry McCaffrey. She's a licensed registered nurse pursuant to Rhode Island general laws, okay? So they say the specification of the charges, a statement of facts that the respondent is a registered nurse licensed to practice in the state of Rhode Island under license number. Okay. Now we're going to go back through the same thing again. On June 26, 2025, the respondent was working at a nursing facility as an agency nurse. The respondent did not complete her duties as the shift progressed. progressed, the responder began slurring her words and smelled of alcohol. The responder was relieved of her nursing duties due to suspected intoxication and escorted out the door. The responder left the premises driving her own vehicle. Then at 9:38, she was pulled over by the popo after they noticed that she was driving at a low rate of speed and crossing over fog line and the double yellow lines. The responder displayed slurred speech and mildly bloodshot eyes and a faint smell of alcohol and was emitting from her breath. The responder had multiple open containers of alcohol in her vehicle, allegedly, according to the police officers, as well as an unopened bottle of wine in the front seat. The officers performed a standardized field sobriety test and opined that the respondent was unfit to operate the vehicle. The respondent was then placed under arrest for suspicion of DUI and received a summons for refusal to submit to a chemical test, a land roadway violation, and operating below minimum speed. The registered nurse bear primary responsibility for the nursing care that her patients receiving and accountable for their own practice. Registered nurses must demonstrate professional accountability and are responsible for their nursing practice. Registered nurses must also convey accurate information. Registered nurses must ensure that their nursing practice is safe. Okay. The allegations and the violations is according to the board for the Rhode Island Department of Health, and they have the authority to impose discipline on her license. Okay. Jesus Christ, child. These are all of the counts. She has a hearing on July 21st. Like, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. Miss Sherry would do something like that. And one of the things that she was most proud of, and I think that she talked about, like, on the show, is her career and the fact that Justine had walked away from her career. Here, Justine is thinking about having a $60,000 now increased to $80,000 wedding, and her mother is out here drinking and driving allegedly. Let's see what else ChatGPT is giving me. ChatGPT says if a nurse in Rhode Island is arrested or convicted for DUI, the Rhode Island Board of Nurse Registration and Nursing Education may take disciplinary actions on it. Some of the points is a DUI must be considered unprofessional conduct, gross immorality, habitual intoxication, or behavior that renders her unfit. The board may open, and they did, as we see, an investigation into the nurse's conduct, including reviewing court documents and employee records. In serious cases, the board can issue a summary suspension if they deem that the nurse poses an immediate risk to patients. The nurse may negotiate a consent agreement. Rhode Island also has a non-disciplinary alternative program for nurses with substance or alcohol issues. Under certain conditions, a nurse might avoid formal discipline by agreeing to rehabilitation and or monitoring. When reviewing the nurse's license, one may be required to disclose any convictions that they had in the past. Okay. So they said that the RIDOH did find, and this is a code according to a Go Local Pro, RA Rhode Island nurse suspended. Okay, let me show y'all her mother. Okay, and this is, I believe, an article. I'm not sure where this came from, but let me share this with y'all. So I'm not sure where this came from. Nurse accused of drinking on the job. Sherry McCaffrey, 59, arrested on DUI, allegedly showed signs of intoxication. Nursing license is suspended. This is coming from the Sarah Bowden. Okay, and it looks like it's a news station, News 12, W something something, News 12. And this is just disgusting. Now I see that Starcasm's name is on here, so I'll give the credit to Starcasm for releasing this picture. But this is absolutely disgusting. What do y'all think about it downtown to the comment section? This is disgusting. What was on her mind and what was going on? Would you say? I agree. I agree. I agree. That's why if I want to find out something, honey, I'm going straight to my bestie. And that's why we call each other besties. Like we are like my bestie be checking on me and everything, be reminding me okay, she knows my business too. Trust and believe me, she knows my business too. But like I said, I first saw it on Lord Lunkin, and I was like, what is he talking about? I haven't even been to Sarcasm, right? Because I just went straight to Bestie and was like, Bestie, can you tell me what is going on downtown to Justine's mother's house? Okay. Um, Maggie says, if my loved one was in her care, I would want her license revoked. Absolutely, because with medicine and all of that kind of stuff, right, you got to be accurate because you could give somebody the wrong medicine or the wrong dose of a medicine and totally snuff them out. Again, y'all, I don't know whether or not, right, she has been convicted of this or whatever. It seems like she has. I'm going to continue to say allegedly to cover my own. It's okay. But like this is so irresponsible with someone's life, someone's loved one's life. This is completely and totally irresponsible in my opinion. It's unacceptable behavior, especially as old as Justine's mother is. She's been working in the nursing field probably since Justine was young. She out here bragging about $100,000 wedding, and then you doing stuff like this on your damn job, and you got open containers in your car. Not only are you like double, you know, so you taking a risk of somebody's life in and outside of the hospital. Because if the police officers pulled up and you had an open container in your car, that means you was drinking in your car. And then they said she kept the co-workers said she kept going out for lunch breaks. Like, why is she going out for breaks in her car? So that means that she was, does that imply that she was going working, then going out to the car, drinking, then coming back on, clock out so you don't hurt anybody, kill anybody. The job that she does, we expect, I know for me, I expect my healthcare people to be some of the most responsible people ever. Because at the end of the day, you got my health, my life in your hand. So there's an expectation from me that you do the right thing by me. The 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 I want you to be a sober mind. There's certain jobs, you know what, all jobs. When you on somebody's job site and you are getting paid, you get paid to be a responsible adult. A responsible adult. I don't know if y'all ever saw that video of the girl that was working downtown to the McDonald's that was nodding out and stuff, and people was actually going back in the McDonald's and making their own damn food. Like, where they do that at? I wouldn't blame it on. I wouldn't. JC said Justine probably drove her mama to drink. I doubt it. I think that she probably always had an issue. I think that this may be one of the issues that Justine had with her mother that maybe she hid, because we got a chance to see it. I'm gonna come back later on and do my review today on it. But we got to see Justine blame her father. I think that Justine had a rough life, and I think that her mother did too. And I think that this may be one of the things that Justine just has not wanted to share, right? Maybe she didn't want to share this on Love After Lockup, that she grew up with a mother who possibly had a drinking problem. Y'all know what I'm saying? It Yeah, it's starting to look like maybe there was some other issues that were going on downtown to Justine's mother's house. Um What else? It was something else I wanted to share with y'all. Let me go back to what my bestie said. So they said that she was licensed in 1994. Um, she was arrested in suspicion of this DUI and cited for refusal to submit to a chemical test, a land roadway violation, and operating below minimum speed. They said she pled not guilty to the DUI charge and was released on a $1,000 personal recognizance. Okay. Um, yeah, this made it to the daggone news. Like, this is on Yahoo News, July 21st. Gee. Um, so Yahoo News is reporting. Let me put that down in the chat. No, I'll make sure I put it in the description. So Yahoo News is reporting she had told the traffic court's records revealed that she told the officers that she had been working for the past 3 hours, but had a glass of wine at home earlier in the morning prior to her shift. So then, why was alcohol found in her car then? They said that she had admitted to the officer that she had been sent home from work early because her colleagues thought she was intoxicated. The officer asked if she was under the influence, to which she responded, "I don't think so." Honey, if you just had one glass of wine, you are not intoxicated because the legal blood limit is 0.08. And a glass of wine is not going to give you a point. Let me just share that with y'all just in case. Yes, it is, Beverly. Yolanda said, BS, BS, BS. I am not perfect. I'm just reporting the news, honey. I ain't making it. How you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. Tanya Lee, I am only reporting the news. And God gives grace. And I always talk about giving grace to oneself. So she definitely, absolutely, Tanya, you're correct. She needs does. And no, I'm not perfect. And and we just found out that Justine's mom isn't either. You know what I'm saying, Toya? We just found out that her mom isn't perfect either, and that she needs to allow herself grace. Don't I always talk about allowing yourself grace, y'all? Absolutely, I do. So, yes, she needs to allow herself grace if she made a mistake, or maybe she got caught doing something she always has done. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe there has been some grace that has been afforded to her in the past. Okay. All right. So, thank you so much for dropping in, Tanya. We appreciate you, boo. Don't forget to like, comment, and continue to subscribe because that's what this live comment section is for you to do exactly what you did. Thank you so much for being here, boo. Y'all welcome Tanya Lee to the chat. Okay. So let me go and let me see where I saw this at. Let's see. So I'm gonna close this out. Where did I see it? Is it right here? Missing you is all that I've been dreaming of. Okay, yeah, it's right here, Yahoo News. Let's see. It's at Yahoo News. Share screen. Bam. So they have, each article seems to have a little bit more. So let me share this with y'all. This is from Yahoo News, and this was dated July 21. They said that Sherry McCaffrey, 59, of Rehoboth, was arrested. Okay, so we already know that. So this one has a little bit more information. It says the police report noticed that her eyes was bloodshot, her speech was slurred, and her breath smelled of alcohol. He also discovered her open containers, right? They're saying in this article that she admitted to the officer that she had been sent home from work early because her colleagues saw she was intoxicated. The officer asked if she was under the influence, in which she responded, "I don't think so," according to traffic summons. She was arrested after failing a series of field sobriety tests. And if you've ever taken a field sobriety test, y'all, you know how that go, right? They had you crossing one foot over the other one. They have you all, doing a whole bunch of stuff, putting your finger up to your nose, that type of stuff. And when you are not intoxicated, it is very easily, right? It's very easy to do stuff like this. And your ABCs and all that kind of stuff, right? So for her to say, "I think I ain't sure," okay, that's a whole bunch of bullshit. Okay, because when you're intoxicated and when you have not, you're not intoxicated, right? Also, intoxication has a lot to do with what you got in your belly. So if you ain't got nothing in your belly, right, you're gonna get drunk real fast, right? So she know whether or not she was intoxicated or not. That's all I'm saying. Okay, just saying that, making sure y'all know that for a friend. Okay, a friend told me. Okay, so hold on, let me get this back up. So, according to Yahoo, they said she was arrested for failing a series of field sobriety tests. Not one, not two, a series of sobriety tests. Can y'all see it? Is it too little? Let me see if I can blow this up for y'all. Let me just try to see if I can blow this up for y'all. Okay. Did that make it better? I think that made it better for y'all. Okay. Want to make sure everybody can see. So her driver's license was suspended for refusing to submit to a chemical test, and she was also cited for a laned roadway violation and operating below the minimum speed. Um, Her colleagues noticed it. Okay, according to a summary of suspension, the report made public earlier this month. McCarthy also didn't administer her patients their medication or their treatments during their shift. Now, so who gets the grace this time? The patients who didn't get their medicine? Should we give grace for stuff like that when a nurse who should be of sober mind is irresponsible with other people's health and could cause someone to have a medical emergency? Who should get the grace? I'm sorry, who? So if that was your mama, my mama, all of our mamas, daddies, well, I guess that would depend on what kind of relationship you have with them. But if so, let me just rephrase that. If this was someone that you cared about and someone that you love, someone you depended on, who gets the grace? The nurse or the patient? Who's right and who's wrong? Because in some situations and circumstances, someone's right and someone's wrong. In some situations, someone's right and someone's wrong. There's a clear distinction between someone being right and someone being wrong. I just want to make sure I say that for the people that are in the back, and maybe my microphone, the speakers aren't working back there. Now you messing with somebody's family's, someone's loved one health care. So she should give herself grace, as I always say. But what we're not going to do is not talk about the issue here, that someone's safety, someone's life may depend on those medicines that they are alleging she didn't administer. She didn't administer the medicines according to this article. She did not administer the patient's medication or treatment during her shift. The summary suspension added and reportedly smelled of alcohol upon returning from one of her breaks. She was relieved because the hospital is going to be liable. The hospital can be sued because of this alleged malpractice. So do we give her grace if she kills somebody? I ain't got it to do. I was trying to be nice and not trying to be like, what are we talking about here? We give grace for her? Was she supposed to be administering these drugs? Let me read it again just in case. I wish these things would get off of my thing. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this together. I hate that. Something told me don't touch it. Please don't touch it. Just let the ads sit up there. What are we doing? We don't see somebody's mama. They said she gonna remain suspended until the pending outcome of a disciplinary hearing. They said that she was referred to the public defender's office, but no attorney had been listed. I was trying to be nice and level headed about how I felt about this situation. But this is absolutely deplorable and disgusting, and she should never be issued a license if she's found guilty. She should never work with people's loved ones if she is found guilty of this. She should never be able to administer care or medication ever again, in my opinion, if she is found guilty of this. They have a duty that they have to take to do no harm. No harm. And thank God for the other staff that probably had to step in for every break they alleged that she took and having to send her home. Nursing staff is already overworked and doing 12 to 18 hours. Some of them in there sleeping in there. They don't get to go home, especially during times of crisis. I'm sure the other staff members had to step in. Because if they didn't need her on the shift, they wouldn't have scheduled her ass for the shift. This is ridiculous. She's 59 years old. She's almost at the point probably of retirement. And you your career up over a drink. I wonder what was going on with her. I hope that whatever that was, or whatever that is, that she gets rid of it and shed it so that she can live a life, a nice, loving, prosperous life. Absolutely, boo boo. I didn't even know you was a nurse, but there you go. Got you. I know my niece works in the hospital, one of the busiest hospitals in the country. And there are times when she cannot go home, cannot go home to her family in order to make sure that somebody else's family is taken care of. So we're not going to skirt by the responsibility that comes with the job that she has. Because I'm sure that someone else, and I'm going to say it again, had to cover her motherfucking shift if this is true and she's convicted of it. Because these are all allegations. These are my views, my opinions. May not be factual. Actual, what is factual, and what is not factual is my opinion and the opinion of others. Just thought that I would drop by on a Saturday to let you all know that Justine's mother, do I say it or no? As of a signing on July 17th, um, let's see what the ruling was. Make sure I go to it. She had a hearing on a summary of a suspension from the state of Rhode Island Department of Health, Division of Healthcare Quality and Safety, Center for Professional Boards and Licensing in the matter of Sherry McCaffrey. And like I said, hey Jusco, hey Bookie. It's my Bookie. Hey baby Philly Fox. I see some of y'all coming in later on. These are my members. Hey y'all. Absolutely. Thank you, Maggie. Maggie said holding people accountable doesn't mean we are being judgmental. And we're not accusing her or anything. We're just reading what is out there as a public record. That's exactly what we're doing. We're just giving you the news under fair use. Anyway, I'm going to go out and enjoy the rest of my Saturday or what I have left of it. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so, because we will be doing our review tonight of Love After Lockup, Season 6, y'all. Was it episode 19? I don't know, but I'll be back real soon. I love y'all to pieces. And until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets and in the water. Bye, y'all.